Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Asad Yaqub here with exam day tips for any IELTS exam. If you're planning to appear in IELTS exam, so there are some tips and techniques which you need to follow, and if you're going to act upon all these tips and techniques, you will go through your IELTS test very smoothly. Your transition from listening till writing is going to be very smooth. So for that, you'll have to watch this video till the end, okay? Now, let's get started. Whenever you book your IELTS exam, you need to book a date which is convenient for you. I mean, for example, usually full test is conducted on Saturday, and Saturday is a convenient day for anybody. So you can book your IELTS when it is academic and gender training together. One thing. Second, as they give you the reporting time, so try to reach 10 to 15 minutes before the reporting time, or maximum half hour, not more than that. Because when you sit idle, you don't do anything, your energies go down, your energy level goes down. You start feeling bored and lethargic and all that. So that is why I don't advise you to go to your exam center well before time, 30 minutes maximum, otherwise on time. If it is near your house, that's perfectly fine. Do not travel a night before your exam. Do not try to burn the midnight oil, right? And you don't sleep and you say, I will sleep after my exam, because IELTS is your English language test. It has a pattern. What comes in the exam, nobody knows about that. So if you burn the midnight oil, it's going to be of no use at all. Right? Now, when you go, first they are going to start with listening, and in listening, before each section, they will give you half a minute to read the questions. At the end of each section, they will give you half a minute to check your answers. If it is paper delivered IELTS, there is nothing to check. That half minute which they give you at the end of each section in IELTS listening to check your answers, spend that time to read the questions of next section. This is how you will have more time to read and make yourselves familiar with the questions. At the end of section 3, they say that is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You can always check your answers in paper delivered IELTS when you are transferring your answers to the answer sheet. And what do you want to check? You may check some spelling. You may see if there is any incomplete spelling which you left incomplete and all that. So you can check that. And now you will have 1.5 minutes to read questions 31 to 40, because in part 4, they will give you 1 minute to read the questions, 30 seconds from previous section. So this is how you will have 1.5 minutes, which is more than enough time to read questions 31 to 40. In listening part 4, audio is fluent. That is why you need to mark certain points on question booklet in section 4. For example, if there is a date, there is the name of a person, name of a process, you can encircle that so that you know the audio is here. In listening part 4, at times students, they get lost, okay? They don't know where the audio is, and by the time they come back, by the time they catch the audio, they've missed 2 to 3 questions already. So you need to mark some points. I call them signposting, right? You need to signpost some points, and these points are going to help you track the audio. Once your listening test is over, they will give you 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Spend that time very wisely. Okay, what you are going to do, you are going to write your answers. If it is paper delivered IELTS, use all capital letters. Write all your answers in capital letters clearly. If you make a mistake, remove it, write it again. Okay, and don't panic, and make sure you write the answers like question number 1 on the answer sheet, question number 1, question number 2 on the answer sheet, question number 2. At times, if you miss the order, one of my students, when she completed all 40 answers, then she realized one answer was left. It means the answers were not in order. So if you miss one order, all your answers are going to be wrong. Once your listening test is over, they are going to collect listening question booklet, so you can stretch a little, you can relax, and please do not look around. Mind your own business. If you don't know the spelling of any word, if you miss any answer, don't panic, don't look here and there, because one small mistake, one word cheating can be the reason of cancellation of your IELTS test, and in the worst circumstances you may be banned from taking IELTS test as well. Okay, so once listening is over, they are going to put reading question booklet on the table, and then the exam supervisor is going to announce. So before the announcement, you are not allowed to touch the reading question paper. So once they announce, just pick up your reading question paper, okay, and now first of all you need to see section 1, title of the passage, type of questions. Okay, section 1, type of questions, true, false, not given, sentence completion, good. Section 2, this is the title of the passage, and the questions are which paragraph contains this, and then section 3. Now in reading, I mean, the way they have given you the answers like 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 13, it is not necessary to follow this order. Always start with sentence completion. Whatever it is, summary completion, sentence completion, diagram completion, because questions and answers are in order over there, right? And by the way, answers are grouped together in 1 or 2 paragraphs, so you can easily find your answers. And in every section, there are around 4 to 5. In section 1, there are 6 to 7. In section 2, 4 to 5. Section 3, 4 to 5. Completion type of questions, try to do them first. After completion, you can do true, false, not given, because they are also type A. Type A means questions and answers in the passage, they are in order. Once you will find the answer to 1 true, false, not given, then the second question, then the third question, and all that, okay. So you need to do this, and then after that, the question type, which is type B, that is only which paragraph contains the following information and list of headings, and I advise you to do these 2 question types in the end of that very section. Got my point? Because when you solve other questions, you become familiar with the passage. So when you do this question type in the end, you are more, you understand the passage more, and you know, I mean, when I solve the test in my class and we do other questions, by the time we come to list of headings or which paragraph contains the following information, we know where the answers are. Then we've got reading part 3, so you need to manage your time. There will be time announcements, there will be the clocks as well in exam room, so you can look at the clock. If it is computer delivered IELTS, there will be the timer for reading, okay. Make sure in paper delivered IELTS, in academic reading, you transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Very important. Some students assume they would give 10 minutes at the end of reading test to transfer the answers to the answer sheet. Not at all. They're not going to give you any time. So you have to transfer all the answers to the answer sheet within 60 minutes. Okay? And then part 1, part 2, part 3, try to get rid of part 1 as early as possible, because in part 1, academic, mostly we have true, false, not given, and sentence completion. In section 1 and 2, general training, 27 questions are the easy questions. There we have sentence completion, true, false, not given, short answer question, or more sentence completion type of questions. So in general training reading, in first 30 minutes, try to do questions 1 to 27, and then you can come to questions 28 to 40 and you can answer them, right? Now, let's go on. There will be the time announcements. When 1 to 2 minutes are left, stop finding the answers. You can guess all the answers. If there is any part of the passage, or if there are any set of questions where you could not find the answer, just guess the answer. Don't leave any blank, especially if it is multiple choice or anything. You can always guess your answers, because in IELTS there is no negative marking. Either your answer is right or it is wrong, and the wrong answer does not impact your bench score. That is important, okay? After reading, there will be the writing test. Now what will happen? They have answer sheet, listening and reading answer sheet, and that is double print, 2-side printed answer sheet. So you can just do reading and listening, and after reading test, they are going to collect the answer sheet from you, and they are going to collect the question booklet from you. Let me tell you, during your reading test, if you temper your answers of IELTS listening, that is taken as a crime. That is something wrong against the rules of IELTS exam. So invigilators may give you a warning. This is important. Now for writing, first they will give you writing answer sheet. After that they will put the question booklet on your table. Then the the exam supervisor is going to announce, and you can pick up the question booklet from there and all that. Okay. First of all, you need to read the essay topic, writing task 2. The first thing is you need to identify what is the type of essay. It can be opinion, discussion, problem solution, advantages, disadvantages, double question essay, or a mixture of all these types. So as you see the topic, you need to decide immediately, like this is the type of the essay. After identifying the type, you need to read the topic, and I would advise you to read and interpret the topic in your local language. IELTS essay writing topic has 2 parts. One is the statement. I mean, that statement is basically the parameters in which you have to stay to write your essay. If you go beyond those parameters, your essay is off the topic. So you need to see, okay, this is the situation. And after the situation, there is that question rubric, and that question rubric will tell you what type of essay is that. For example, if they say, how far do you agree or disagree? That's opinion essay. If they say, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of, it's advantages, disadvantages essay. And if they say, discuss both views and give your own opinion, it's a discussion essay, okay? It's not opinion, by the way, right? Then there can be problem solution essay, where there will be a problem and solution and all that. So in problem solution essay, they will give you a problem in the question, so you need to identify. Once you understand the type of essay and you understand the topic of the essay, immediately you are going to decide on the layout of your essay. Do not write anything on the question paper. Sometimes they don't allow, but you may ask the invigilator if they allow you to write anything on question paper. Otherwise, you can write some points on your answer sheet, and later on you can remove them. Do some brainstorming, decide on the number of paragraphs. Minimum we have 4 paragraphs, minimum 2 body paragraphs, maximum 3 or 4 body paragraphs. You can decide how to cover. You can make your own layout, okay? Essay writing is not like maths. You may write, for example, same type of essay like discussion essay. I may write 5 paragraphs, you may write 4 paragraphs. Both ways it is correct, no problem at all. So you need to address the topic, you need to present your argument, and you are going to support your argument with either further explanation, or otherwise you can give a relevant example. So this is how. Make sure you write 250 words minimum. Now how to count the words? If it is paper delivered IELTS, you can see average number of words per line, and then you can multiply with the total number of lines. For example, if you write 8 to 9 words per line. So let's go for the minimum value, 8 words, and you've written 40 lines. So 8 and 40, that is going to be 320 words. So this is how you can count. If you're taking computer delivered IELTS, counter is there. You can edit your answer at any point and all that, right? I advise you to read the topic of task 2 first, but start with task 1, because in task 1 there isn't great deal of brainstorming, because in task 1 the topic is there if it is academic and you have to define it. But in task 2 you need to come up with your own ideas. In task 1 you don't need to come up with your own ideas, you just have to observe the trends. If it is a graph with trend, and then you can write your report. But if it is task 2, you need to come up with your own ideas, your own arguments and all that. If it is letter writing, again it is simple. You need to come up with a story to address all the bullet points of letter writing for general training IELTS candidates, okay? So for writing module, 1 hour is enough time. You can easily finish your both tasks within 40-45 minutes. Then you can proofread them. If there are any careless mistakes, you can just correct those mistakes. If you're taking paper delivered IELTS, do not try to change your answer. Do not try to add a sentence and you make an arrow. Next sentence is this, next sentence is that. Do not try to erase and rewrite it. I mean, once you enter this vicious cycle, you will never come out of that, and then your whole essay will be spoiled. So you need to think about your essay before you write it. You need to plan your essay before writing it. Once you've written and you've got 10 minutes for proofreading, proofreading does not mean that you change the essay. Proofreading means if somewhere you made a minor grammar mistake, is, am, are, have, has. If anywhere you had minor spelling mistake, you forgot to cross the T or dot the I, you can just cross your T's and dots your I's, okay? So do it all that like this, okay? And once this thing is over, once the exam supervisor announces that the time is over, you need to sit like this. Let me tell you, when the time is over and you keep writing, right, you show them that you're looking at them, but you keep writing, you don't know there is an invigilator there, or you don't know there is an invigilator over there who's focusing you and all that, and then they note down your candidate number, and then your result will be delayed, worst, your test will be cancelled and all that. So when they say candidate stop writing, you should drop your pens, pencils and sit like this so that they don't have any doubt that you are writing or anything like that. You can sit like this as well, or just like this, okay? Once your writing test is over, then row by row, they will ask you to leave the room, so you can wait for your turn. And when you come out, smile, right? Tell others you had a great test, right? You performed very well. And do not listen to the answers of others in listening and reading. And do not just think, oh, for question number 3, he wrote false, I wrote true and all that. Don't worry about that. And do not try to find the answers online and all that. Stop worrying. Once you perform the test, once you've taken all the exam, then after that, relax and wait for the result. Positively, confidently, okay, optimistically and all that. That's all, guys. Thank you so very much. I also teach IELTS online all over the world. In campus in Lahore, Pakistan, we offer IELTS test booking service. We offer PTE coaching. We have single module IELTS preparation plans for listening, reading, writing and speaking separately. We do offer spoken English classes. So if you want to get any of these services, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub wholeheartedly wishes you with your IELTS exam. Take care. Allah Hafiz.